Welcome back to Virtual Stoic, where we delve into the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy to help you lead a life of peace, strength, and purpose. In today's video, we'll be discussing a powerful concept that can change your life: how to kill your negative thinking, using the profound teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoic principles. We all experience negative thoughts from time to time, but when they become overwhelming, they can shape our reality and undermine our self-confidence. The good news is that Stoicism offers practical tools to overcome negativity, transform your mindset, and regain control of your inner peace. So let's dive into the 7 steps inspired by Marcus Aurelius to break free from negative thinking and cultivate a powerful, positive mindset. Number 1. Understanding the problem. The first crucial step in overcoming negative thinking is understanding the problem at its core. In Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius teaches us that the first step toward solving any challenge is to fully comprehend it. If you can identify the root cause of your negative thoughts and emotions, you can address them directly instead of letting them fester and grow. Negative thinking often stems from distorted perceptions or misconceptions about ourselves, others, or the world around us. These thoughts can be triggered by a variety of factors, such as past experiences, fears, insecurities, or societal pressures. However, without fully understanding where these negative thoughts come from, it's easy to get caught up in a cycle of negativity that clouds your judgment and prevents you from finding effective solutions. Taking the time to pause and assess the situation with clarity and objectivity allows you to see beyond the initial emotional reaction. By asking yourself questions like, what exactly is causing these negative thoughts? Is it based on facts or assumptions? Am I overestimating the problem or underestimating my ability to handle it? You begin to break down the issue into manageable parts. Understanding the problem also involves recognizing that not all negative thoughts are valid. Often our minds create exaggerated or irrational narratives that don't reflect reality. For example, if you're faced with a setback, you might automatically think, "This is a failure, and I'll never succeed." But when you take a step back and analyze the situation, you might realize that the setback is just a temporary obstacle or a learning experience rather than a sign of defeat. Marcus Aurelius himself was known for reflecting on his thoughts and emotions, ensuring that he fully understood them before reacting. In his meditations, he frequently reminded himself that many of the external things we worry about are beyond our control, and that it is how we perceive these things that causes us distress, not the things themselves. In this process of understanding the problem, you gain greater awareness of your mental patterns, allowing you to challenge and reframe negative thoughts. By taking an analytical approach to your negative thinking, you begin to gain control over your mind and reduce the emotional charge associated with negative thoughts. Understanding the problem helps you see the bigger picture and reassures you that many of your worries are simply mental constructions, not actual threats to your well-being. Number 2. Origins of negative thinking. To overcome negative thinking, it's essential to understand where these thoughts originate. Negative thinking doesn't appear out of nowhere. It stems from a combination of past experiences, learned behaviors, and emotional responses to external events. By tracing the origins of these thoughts, you can gain deeper insights into why they emerge and how they influence your current mindset. One of the primary sources of negative thinking is past experiences. Childhood trauma, failures, disappointments, or rejections can leave deep psychological scars that influence how we view ourselves and the world. If you've experienced criticism or failure in the past, your mind might carry the belief that you're destined for failure or that others will always judge you negatively. Over time, these experiences form mental patterns that cause you to automatically assume the worst in future situations even when there is no immediate reason to do so. Another source is societal and cultural conditioning. The expectations society places on us, whether about success, appearance, relationships, or career, can fuel feelings of inadequacy or failure. For instance, if society constantly tells us that we must achieve a certain level of success or meet specific standards of beauty, we may internalize those ideals and feel like we're falling short. The constant comparison to others can create a negative thought cycle where you believe you're not good enough, no matter how much you accomplish. Your emotional responses to stress, anxiety, or fear also play a major role in negative thinking. When faced with challenging situations, our minds can jump to catastrophic thoughts, exaggerating the risks and consequences. These emotional reactions can trigger a downward spiral of negativity, where you focus on everything that could go wrong rather than finding potential solutions. For example, if you're worried about an important presentation, you might start thinking, "I'm going to mess this up," even though there's no solid evidence to support that belief. A lot of negative thinking also comes from cognitive distortions, mental shortcuts that lead to faulty conclusions. Common distortions include overgeneralization, seeing one bad experience as a pattern of failure, catastrophizing, expecting the worst possible outcome, and black and white thinking, viewing situations as either all good or all bad. These distorted thought patterns create a mental framework that amplifies negativity and prevents us from seeing the reality of situations in a more balanced way. By identifying the origins of negative thinking, you can begin to recognize when these mental patterns are at play. Once you become aware of these triggers, you can challenge them and take steps to replace them with more balanced, rational thoughts. Recognizing the origins of your negativity is the first step in reclaiming control over your thoughts and shifting your mindset from one of limitation to one of empowerment. Number 3, renew your mind. Renewing your mind is a critical step in breaking free from negative thinking. Just like a garden needs regular care to stay healthy, your mind requires continuous effort to maintain a positive, clear, and focused state. The process of renewing your mind involves reshaping the way you think, pushing past old ingrained habits, and consciously choosing new empowering beliefs. Marcus Aurelius believed in the importance of self-discipline and inner transformation. He frequently reminded himself that it is up to each person to cultivate their thoughts and consciously decide how they perceive the world. Renewing your mind is about training your mind to let go of past negative patterns and replacing them with more constructive, rational, and healthy thinking habits. One way to begin this process is by introducing new mental habits. Instead of letting your thoughts wander unchecked, actively choose to focus on positive or neutral perspectives. For example, if you tend to have an automatic negative reaction to challenges, you could train your mind to view these obstacles as opportunities for growth. This shift in perspective requires consistent effort, but over time it becomes a habit. The more you practice it, the more natural it will feel. Another key aspect of renewing your mind is practicing positive affirmations. Affirmations are simple, positive statements that help shift your focus away from negativity and towards your strengths. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you could replace that thought with, "I am capable and I grow from challenges." While affirmations may seem simple, their impact is profound. By repeating positive statements, you gradually change the way your mind processes information, making it easier to approach life with a more confident and optimistic attitude. By consciously choosing to respond to challenges in a proactive and virtuous way, you can neutralize negative thinking and cultivate a mindset that is strong, focused, and aligned with your higher values. Number 6, the power of words. The power of words cannot be underestimated, as they hold the ability to shape our reality, influence our emotions, and impact our mindset. Marcus Aurelius was keenly aware of the influence that language has on our thoughts and behaviors, often reminding himself that the words we choose can either strengthen or weaken our sense of self and control over our lives. In Stoicism, words are seen not only as tools for communication, but also as tools for shaping our inner world. Our inner dialogue or self-talk is a reflection of the words we use to describe ourselves, our experiences, and the world around us. Negative thinking often stems from the way we speak to ourselves. If you consistently tell yourself, "I'm not good enough, I can't handle this," or "this will never work," these words reinforce feelings of inadequacy, fear, and defeat. The language we use directly influences our perception of reality, and when negative words dominate, they create a mental environment that supports further negativity. One of the most powerful Stoic practices to combat negative thinking is to be mindful of your inner dialogue. By paying attention to the words you use when talking to yourself, you can begin to notice patterns of negativity or self-criticism. Once you become aware of these thoughts, you can take action to change them. Instead of labeling yourself as a failure or incapable, reframe your thoughts in a more constructive and positive light. For example, instead of thinking, "I will never succeed," replace it with, "I can learn from this experience and improve." By shifting your internal dialogue to one that is more empowering, you create a mindset that fosters growth and resilience. The power of words also extends to how we speak to others. The language we use in our interactions with people can either uplift or undermine them. When we use supportive, encouraging, and respectful words, we contribute to positive relationships and a positive environment. On the other hand, harsh, critical, or dismissive language can create tension, misunderstandings, and negativity. In the Stoic tradition, there is an emphasis on speaking with intention and virtue. Marcus Aurelius, in particular, was mindful of his words in interactions with others, aiming to practice patience, kindness, and understanding. Moreover, the words we use to describe our external circumstances shape our perception of those circumstances. For instance, if you constantly describe challenges as impossible or unbearable, you are setting yourself up to view them as insurmountable obstacles. On the other hand, if you describe these same challenges as difficult but manageable, or as opportunities to grow, you create a more balanced perspective that empowers you to take positive action. Words have the ability to change how we interpret the world and our experiences, so it's crucial to choose language that encourages problem-solving, adaptability, and resilience. Additionally, positive affirmations and mantras are a powerful way to reprogram your mind and challenge negative thinking. By consistently repeating words of encouragement and affirmation, you can gradually shift your mindset. For example, repeating phrases like, "I am capable," "I am in control of my thoughts," or "I can face any challenge with calm and wisdom," can replace self-doubt with confidence. These affirmations work as mental reminders, reinforcing positive beliefs and providing the mental strength needed to confront difficulties. Words also hold the power to reshape our future. By setting intentions and voicing our goals, we set the stage for action. When we speak about our ambitions and desires with clarity and conviction, we send a message to our subconscious that these goals are achievable and within reach. This positive reinforcement drives us to take the necessary steps to make our dreams a reality, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy that moves us forward, rather than keeping us stuck in a loop of negative thinking. The power of words, when harnessed intentionally, has the ability to reshape your internal world and external reality. By paying attention to the language you use, both internally and externally, you can break free from negative thought patterns and create a mindset that supports growth, resilience, and success. The words you choose can either limit or liberate you, so choose them wisely. Number 7. Develop a growth mindset. One of the most powerful tools to overcome negative thinking is to cultivate a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, revolves around the belief that abilities, intelligence, and character are not fixed but can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, shared a similar perspective, focusing on the importance of personal development and the idea that challenges are opportunities for growth. A growth mindset shifts your focus away from self-limiting beliefs, such as "I'm not good enough" or "I can't do this," and encourages you to view every situation, especially failures, as an opportunity for improvement. Instead of feeling defeated by mistakes, you start to see them as valuable lessons on the path to growth. Negative thinking often arises when we believe we're incapable of change, or that our current situation defines our future. However, adopting a growth mindset allows you to embrace challenges, take risks, and persist even when things get difficult, knowing that growth comes from the struggle. In practical terms, developing a growth mindset involves shifting your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid or as a reflection of your abilities, view it as a natural part of the learning process. Every successful person, philosopher, or leader has encountered failure, but what sets them apart is their ability to learn from those failures and keep moving forward. Marcus Aurelius himself was no stranger to setbacks, yet his philosophy centered around accepting difficulties and learning from them to cultivate strength and wisdom. Another key aspect of a growth mindset is embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. When you see obstacles as opportunities for growth, you naturally develop resilience. Whether it's taking on a difficult project at work, facing a personal challenge, or dealing with a difficult relationship, approaching these situations with the mindset that you will learn something valuable strengthens your capacity for resilience and problem solving. By confronting challenges head-on, you build confidence and reduce the impact of negative thoughts that might arise from doubt or fear. Additionally, a growth mindset involves valuing effort over results. Often negative thinking emerges when we focus too much on the outcome, such as needing to be perfect or fearing failure. A growth mindset teaches us to embrace the process itself, the small steps, the continuous learning, and the effort we put into something, rather than obsessing over the end result. By focusing on the effort and progress, rather than solely on the final achievement, you lessen the pressure to be flawless and instead develop the resilience to keep trying learning, and improving. Lastly, seek continuous learning. One of the cornerstones of a growth mindset is the belief that you can always learn more, improve, and adapt. This perspective eliminates the trap of negative thinking, which often comes from the idea that you've reached your limit or that change is impossible. Whether it's reading, taking a course, or simply seeking new experiences, embracing lifelong learning enhances your ability to see new possibilities and equips you with the tools needed to handle future challenges. By developing a growth mindset, you shift from being a passive observer of your life to an active participant in your own growth and development. You break free from negative thinking patterns by recognizing that everything, whether a success or failure, is an opportunity to evolve. Embrace the idea that your potential is not limited by current circumstances, but can be cultivated through consistent effort and an openness to learning. With this mindset, you begin to see challenges as stepping stones and failures as lessons, ultimately leading to greater personal growth, resilience, and confidence. Conclusion. In the journey of combating negative thinking, embracing Stoic principles can serve as a powerful guide toward building a more resilient and empowered mindset. Each of the practices we've explored, from understanding the root of negative thinking to surrounding yourself with positivity, to developing a growth mindset, provides a pathway to mental clarity, emotional control, and personal growth. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control everything around us, we do have the power to shape how we respond to life's challenges. By applying these principles consistently, we break free from the grip of negativity and start living with greater purpose, strength, and wisdom. Remember, the power to change your mindset and overcome negative thinking is in your hands. It's about taking consistent action and choosing to transform every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Keep practicing the principles of Stoicism, stay focused on what you can control, and trust that with each step, you're becoming stronger and more resilient. If you found these Stoic strategies helpful, subscribe to our channel for more insights into personal growth and Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to like and share this video with others who could benefit from these teachings. Until next time, stay strong, stay positive, and keep embracing the Stoic way of life.